I still can't believe what that Almeidrea did. Not only that, but she was enjoying it.
It's patently clear she has no respect for human life whatsoever.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged at another person in my whole life.
Yeah! There's no way she's getting away with this!
Then we head for the underground docks. We need to hurry. Rinwell, can you keep moving?
Yeah. My family and I, we spent all of our days just living in hiding. Until one day when we were found and attacked. I was the only one my dad and the others hid. That's the reason I survived. While the rest of my family was butchered. The only thing that I could see was the crest of a lord glowing through the smoke.
Jesus.
And then...
It was Almeidrea who did it. I'm sorry, Rinwell.
That woman. Did she really find the existence of Dahnan mages to be that much of a threat?
Enough to invade another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman she is.
In retrospect, I do remember her making it sound like she created that monster she summoned.
A monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster?
No.
Because I'm able to use magic even though I'm Dahnan?
No.
Rinwell.
Of course we don't think you're a monster, you dummy.
Huh?
I might have had to hold you back, but it's her fault any of this ever happened, not yours. Got it?
Law.
Claiming, what the hell? There it is.
Looks like we made it here. In one piece.
And sure, bro. Okay, I could have sworn I had more stuff. Let's do that. Sorry. Heading to Hidden Underground.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Hidden Underground.
We've reached our destination.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Laser spear! Pierce evil!
I'm on it! Here! Talon Hurricane!
Brave Lancer!
Rip and tear! Dragon Swarm!
It's a duel of the eye! Pierce evil!
Take this! Take this!
Brave Lancer!
Armor won't
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Searing flame! It's over!
Here I come!
This one's all mine!
Do it!
Barely a blip on our radar.
This way.
Pow! Dragon
Let the marksman handle this!
Burn in hell!
I'm not so good with airborne targets!
Megasonic thrust!
Lunar corruption! Here
got
goes!
fire!
Light burst forth!
Radiant
My turn! It's time! It's over! Reload! Take this! Do it! It's over!
Xion, astral energy! Full throttle!
The enemy wields arts too!
We'll soon see about that!
Here I come!
Photon lunar
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
That's it.
You sense one of your pals, Hootle?
Where?
I see plenty of ruins around here, too. It must have been a big town bustling with people back in the day.
For Crown Contest participants, places such as these are but vectors for the astral energy they pursue. Similar to that windmill, for instance.
I'm sure they saw me.
Out of our way!
Take this!
Power of water!
Can't get out of this!
Far enough!
Mega Ray!
Here I come!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall! I never miss!
Here! This one's all mine!
Lunar blast! Not in your dreams!
You're mine!
I'll finish you here and now!
Eat dirt!
Steel force!
Not a chance!
You see what happened there is you crossed me.
It's over!
Shouldn't have done that.
Megasonic thrust!
Healing
Here!
strike!
Thanks!
Dragon down!
Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Now, where was it?
No backing down! I'll smash you! Eat it!
Reload! Supernova!
Now or never.
Raging
Here I
Neptune!
come!
These
No
ones can
further.
run rings around us!
Eternal devastation!
Now!
Goodwill! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
My turn!
Easy ensnaring to me.
And bubble to me!
Sleep now! Here's evil!
I'm
Freeze
not done!
laser!
Megasonic thrust!
Ready!
Blow away!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Don't see no owl here. Shit, it saw me.
Get lost!
Here!
Eat this! Not in your dreams!
Come and
Take
get it!
this!
Mega Ray! Raging
Swallow
Storm!
dance!
Megasonic
Now!
thrust!
Take this!
You're finished! Ignite!
Lightning Orb! Never miss! Lightning Orb!
Now
Do
I'm in
it!
trouble!
Field!
Hold nothing back!
Unchained astral energy!
Say no more!
I'll leave you
Now!
all!
You're mine!
Raging Storm! Do it!
Crush!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion.
Where is that? Say where the owl is? Oh. Camouflaged.
Looks like we've spotted one of Hoodle's friends.
Do you think this is one of the places where the Dark Wings and Almeidria fought?
I wouldn't be so sure. This place appears more ravaged by time than combat, even if there are signs of destruction. It would likely have taken place during the Great Conquest of 300 years prior.
No backing down!
Here's evil! Freeze laser! This wall! Airborne beast! My specialty! Freeze laser!
Flying freeze! Why can't they just sit still?
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Here I come!
My turn! I managed to pull through. It's gone!
No escape!
Whirlwind! That frickin' does it! No further! Whirlwind!
You're mine!
If it curls up, time to get out of the way.
I'm not done! Take this!
Raging cascade!
Dragon Shell!
Its armor's too strong!
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
Freeze laser!
You're mine!
I'm on it! Now I'm in the groove!
Light actuality!
Megasonic thrust!
All good things come to an end.
Healing I never miss!
I'm on
I
it!
owe you one! Burn!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Not in your dreams!
All
Now!
mine!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Searing tempest!
Not a chance!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon Shell!
Air thrust!
You're on!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Sleep
It's over!
Hurricane!
I'll be
Take
Eagle
this!
Fly!
You're finished!
Watch
Mega
this!
Ray!
Prepare to be
Eagle
seen!
Fly!
You're finished!
Armor won't save you!
Raging cascade
Here I
of
come!
corruption!
You're finished!
Eat this!
Too much to handle!
I'll tear you apart!
Dance in the wind!
devastation!
Air thrust!
Strike! Here I come! It's over!
Lightning! Downfall! Thunder
You're
field!
finished!
Now! I'm ready for the next battle!
Could it be? That was disappointing. Now, where might those fish be? All right. I'll let you go this time.
No.
There we go. Good fishers always keep their cool.
What?
Reel it in. I'll get you next time. Okay, change of plans. Not my lucky day, I guess.
No.
You guys want to rest here?
What's this guy? Anything? Oh, no, let's see. Yep.
Did we really just spend that much money?
Yeah. Need it.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
On the boat. There it is.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here.
Head out to. You can't head out to fish and sea, but if you don't want it more, there's some swells on.
There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Hell yeah.
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're
Big
losing
ship.
time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set, and we'll set sail.
Let's come ready to defeat her. Let's save first, just in case. Set sail. Alright, just hold on to it. It's gonna get bumpy. Oh, it's a fast ship.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you,
It
y'all.
might be your last.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them.
Don't we do too?
Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
Meh. You're probably disbanded.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how... You don't look so good.
Oh,
Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed.
Looks like what
I guess what I'm
happened.
getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
For a new one.
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
Hang.
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really...
I really don't see what you're...
Ugh, I think I'm getting seasick.
Oh, bro, that took forever.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just...
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs
What can you tell...
not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis.
It's safe to assume they know everything. Though perhaps they see what's been happening as just part...
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her action...
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most, and to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore...
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously. But no one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was...
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least. I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did. As utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city? He didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Dan. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence.
And you don't think you could...
Well, you seem to
Does that make us enemies?
insofar as an exchange of swordplay.
Not good enough for...
Are you Forgive me. I will continue to fight.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but
Thanks.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon and the...
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was. I keep going over his work, and heck, maybe I'm just. Sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out, but no matter how much I play it back. And then there's everything with. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? I feel like such.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like, I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
I would have done the same thing.
I think he definitely would have stopped her.
In
No
front of
doubt
her.
about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's...
Sounds like a deal.
Do you think Law is okay?
He's
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Or I'll be her.
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cyslodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think
They're all
anymore.
bad, I guess. But different people aren't all bad.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well,
Zephyr's dead.
I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away.
Thanks.
Law let revenge fuel him. And I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen.
No worries.
Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Nope.
Xion's...
We don't even know, honestly.
She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Where's Xion now? Did everyone else with Xion?
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
It's opening up.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed.
Guess. Probably get shocked when we do the
You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Ooh.
Xion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little.
Good.
Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can...
You don't have to worry about hurting.
Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahavar.
Completely healed up. We're closing in.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
Damn, that's a huge
That's
ship.
the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. A ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
What is that?
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then
No,
let's
it's
find
too much
Almeidrea.
More Fortress Grandia.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag-Sar.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it.
We don't know that she was only getting...
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere?
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll...
I wouldn't put it.
She's strong, yet shrewd.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last.
Sounds like you've made up your...
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while...
Yeah.
This might not be the best time. That mask of yours. It was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in...
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought it was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Dahnan in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing.
Alright guys, I think I'm gonna end the video here. It was fun. Yeah, it was a fun episode and very interesting happening. And anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out, y'all. Stay good,